This podcast is part of the Podcast Your Scene Network. Visit us at www.podcastyourscene.com.
The local media has an agenda that they're going to serve. I don't know who's in charge of it or what it is, if it's like a headless monster.
Why? This is a question.
Walking backwards.
Yeah.
Something sacred.
I don't know the names of the Creep songs. Those are
Running in
CDs that
circles.
Just pop in and let play.
Sea of Glass.
The flight and the fall.
I love Ozzy. I think he's the true definition of a rock star.
So kill off by your speakers.
Anybody else have any interesting stories they don't want from the show?
This is Doug from After the Fall.
Hey, this is John Lane from the thriving metropolis of Leechburg, Pennsylvania.
The Pennsylvania Rock Show, featuring the best unsigned rock that Pennsylvania has to offer.
Hey, it's Bill, and you're tuned into the Pennsylvania Rock Show featuring best unsigned rock and metal that Pennsylvania has to offer right here on PARockShow.com, megarockradio.net. K107.1 KFGD FM, St. Louis, Missouri. Also on the beaches of San Diego, California at roodarooradio.com. On oldiesxl.com in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. In the Highlands of Scotland on xrpradio.co.uk. Here in the thriving metropolis of Leechburg, Pennsylvania on buildthescene.com/radio. Video, TV, audio, radio, music from the 412.com. And I'm sure I forgot somebody, but I can't remember which one at this point. This is the Pennsylvania Rock Show, episode number 658. With me tonight are two members of Zach Rovito and the Rustbelt Rhythm. What's up, gentlemen?
How you doing?
Not too bad. Chris is maybe having some internet issues. I'm not positive.
Yeah.
So this is the third time that we're live on Music from the 412. It is not live on Roku and Amazon Fire Stick yet, but it should be live on the website. There's still some tweaking that our hosting has to do to get it to go live everywhere. A little bit later, you're going to hear the concert calendar. We're going to have a drawing for tickets to the Winery Dogs with local openers. We Came from Space. And you're going to hear from all kinds of local musicians. At the beginning of the show, before we started chatting, you heard from the band Dark Harvest, which is a metal band with a stand-up bass. You heard their song B-Flat Blues. After them, you heard Dematis and their brand new song Eternal Prison. And we also heard from Silk Nine and their song Tear Me Down. So those bands are not quite the genre that Zach Rovito and the Rustbelt Rhythm are.
Not quite.
Not quite.
No, I mean, definitely a great genre in and of itself, though. But not something that we're going to be delving into anytime soon.
They have a stand-up bass.
Hey, I can get behind that. I can get behind all of it, but yeah, I do like a stand-up bass. That's a cool nod to bluegrass and folk.
So, since I kind of alluded to it, why don't you tell us what you consider your genre?
We like to kind of live in that what you might call country rock and alt country, southern rock, whatever people are calling it these days. But you know, that stuff that the Allman Brothers and Leonard Skinner kind of pioneered, and bands like Blackberry Smoke and Whiskey Myers have seemed to pick up the torch and keep it going, and we're just hoping to jump on that train a little bit, you know.
I saw, looking on your Facebook page, that we just missed your 1-year anniversary by like a week.
yeah. We got to debut at the Southern Fried Rock Show that Utah and Shady Lady puts on every year, and I kind of had to beg and pull some strings to get that to be the debut. But I figured, what better place to debut a Southern rock band than the Southern Fried Rock Show? So it's been a great year.
That did you play this year's? I can't remember.
I did get to play it. The band Zach Rovito and Rustbelt Rhythm did not, but I got to play with Utah and Noble Hops, and then I got to play with Dinner Bell Road as well.
Okay. That was at the Freeport Event Center, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool venue.
I used to play street hockey in the parking lot of that when it was a school.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
We used to that's later. Different story. That was before I knew that there was a local music scene.
Oh, really?
Yes. Wow. I would have been like 14. So that's like 32 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while. Anyway, I was hoping that Chris was going to be able to hang with us because there he is.
Yeah, I try moving there, see if I get the internet to work better for me. Sorry about that. My audio is still really low for some reason, but I think the internet connection's better.
Yeah, you're not choppy, and we can hear you.
Yeah.
You can hear me okay?
He came in like the Blair Witch Project or something. That just
whoa, that's pretty freaky.
Just like a jump scare on me.
It's perfect timing though, because I was just going to say that I wanted to ask the pizza question, which I know Zach answered already.
Yeah.
So it's yours, Chris, and it's what is the best pizza that you've ever eaten because you're a musician? So you have to link it to being a musician somehow. Was it in a studio? Was it at a show? Was it on your way to or from a show? Was it,
man, that's a really good question. Here's best pizza I ever had because of a show was, I don't remember the name of the place, but it was after a show, like 1 a.m. Sitting out in the parking lot with my bandmates from a different band, just enjoying some pizza. And while we were sitting in the back of my bass player's truck eating pizza, we got accosted by a group of college girls who were yelling at us, I guess kind of making fun of us or something like that. But it was just a really kind of just weird, odd experience. And it made the pizza taste pretty good too.
I flashed back to a situation. Another, not a story for online. I was playing college lacrosse. I'll tell you that.
All right.
Anyway, I'm going to hit you with the Build a Scene official question, which Zach has also answered, but he may have a different answer this time. And it's, who's your Dave Grohl? In other words, who do you want to go up on stage with and perform one of their originals?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I don't even remember what I answered last time. I'd probably have to say Blackberry Smoke. If that wasn't my answer last time, that's my answer now.
Is there any song in particular?
It would probably be either a song called Restless or a song called Son of the Bourbon. Son of the Bourbon was the very first song I ever heard of theirs, so it's kind of like special that it's what brought me to some of my heroes. So one of those two, and Restless is just a kick butt tune.
Thank you for that.
I like that. Yeah. I stopped myself. I remembered.
I forgot to warn Chris. PG-13, Chris.
Oh, he's a teacher. He's good.
Oh, me too. That's why it's PG-13.
I watch myself in front of my students too. But yeah, I'm pretty good at censoring myself.
What do you teach, Chris? Since
high school U.S. history.
Good. That just gave me a question to ask you. But before I do that, who are you going up on stage with?
Well, it's such a cliche response, but I'd have to go with the Beatles if I could, only because they're probably the number one reason why I became a musician in terms of like my musical heroes. So boy, if I could do that, I would do one song with the Beatles.
Cool. Hey, so this is the question you set me up for. I used to teach elementary social studies. I don't anymore. I currently teach science, Spanish, computers, and health. But I was flipping through this social studies book. I think it was the 4th grade book. And there was a picture in there of a guy, and I can't remember his name, but he died in the 1950s. Looks exactly like my college roommate. So if I was flipping through a social studies book, whether U.S. history or something else, and I find Zach Rovito and the Rustbelt rhythm in that book, what did you do to get yourselves put into the book?
I guess by going double platinum.
Oh. I love that answer.
I don't think I asked that one, Zach. Did I ask that one last time?
No, I wasn't ready for that at all. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Chris's answer. I got nothing. Mine are all like helicopter crashes and stuff, and I don't want that for anybody. So
So you're the I think you're more the pessimist there, and I'm more the optimist.
Yeah, anybody will tell you. I'm a pretty pessimistic guy.
Yeah. Well, maybe double platinum and then the helicopter crash.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, a posthumous double platinum wouldn't suck either, but I'd like to see it.
It would be nice to be around for that, yeah.
Or just no helicopter crash at all.
Or that.
Yeah.
You know, when Leonard Skinner went down, some of them did survive.
That's true too.
And some of them proved to be superhuman, who were in a plane crash and got shot and is still playing drums.
Right. That's right. I forgot Artemis Powell.
Yeah,
Didn't he walk for like 45 minutes or something?
Yeah, and then he got to this farm and the farmer shot him.
Yeah. That's crazy. They talk about a bad day.
Yeah, I was telling my daughters about that the other day.
Oh yeah. Well, you should if you haven't already had him on here, Rob Keller knows Artemis Powell. Rob the Shiner.
That.
Yeah.
I've had wow. I don't know if Rob has been on. I know Slim has been on.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if Rob was on. See, now I have to go back and look in the archives.
Well, there you go.
Pardon me while I just set up my studio here.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you can see my basement behind me. There we go. There's the exercise equipment I don't use.
It's just a green screen, tell people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly, I'm not sitting outside in front of a rusted out truck right now. It's too dark. For anyone who doesn't know where that truck is, that's at Speed Freaks in Butler.
Yeah. Clint Kittle.
Which is where I saw Zach perform first.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Chris wasn't there that day. He couldn't make it to that show.
The other background that I had up earlier, this one, is Inside Speed Freaks.
Oh, yeah.
Or did it
it's
come
like
up?
in our weird background.
Oh, yeah. I put it in the wrong place. That's why. It's behind us.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. You guys know the story of Robert Johnson, right?
Yeah.
Blues guitarist. Okay. So now you are standing at that same crossroads that he supposedly stood at and sold his soul to the devil. And you're waiting for the devil to show up. What are you there for? Are you going to sell your soul? Or are you going to try and barter? But ultimately, what I'm asking you is, what's that one thing that you really still want that hasn't happened yet? Clearly, I didn't ask that question last time either.
Honestly, I remember it coming up. I think Cook just talked too much. I don't think I got a chance to even think about it. I could be wrong. I don't remember. I think if I could just get one thing, it's a simple living making music. I've never ever wanted to be like selling out arenas and touring for years on end. If I could just have like a full-time career playing music for like 5,000 people a night, I'd be a pretty happy dude. I think I'd make that deal.
How about you, Chris?
Well, I was just going to give the answer if I could use some talent. but to give the sincere answer, I think I probably already did sell my soul to the devil, because I've been extremely lucky that I've been able to, while I don't consider making music my full-time career, I'm still able to do it as much as I want to, and probably more than I ever thought that I would, playing great music with people that have become really, really good friends of mine, being able to gig out on a fairly a regular basis, getting to take part in cool interviews like this. I mean, I never really thought that I'd ever get to do anything this awesome. So I must have done something right in another life or something like that to get to do all these opportunities. So that's the real sincere answer.
Imagine me being part of 658 of these so far and not even knowing that there is a local music scene.
That is
Think
crazy.
about that for a second. I didn't know until I was in college, and I kind of walked backwards into it. But again, that's a story for a different time. But it did involve Matt Franny, which I'm sure
Oh yeah.
is no surprise when I say that, because he's involved everywhere.
Oh, for sure. It was funny. I think that Rock for Life show where at Speed Freak was the first time I ever actually met him. And then when I found out like he's in every band in Pittsburgh, I was like, how have I not met him yet? This is crazy.
You're not even exaggerating.
Yeah, seriously. He's in like what, 8 bands or something?
Well, let's see. After the Fall, Common Crown, Borstal Boys, Super Monkey, the Villain, Dimwit, he also sometimes plays with Half Will on their recordings.
Oh, really?
That might be it, or I may have forgotten somebody, but that's 7.
There you go. So 6.5, 7, yeah. There you go. That's a lot.
What non-standard venue would you like to play? Kiss once played in a bay to Great White Sharks, and Metallica played in Antarctica, to give you an idea of what I'm looking for.
Huh.
I mean, it could be anywhere.
Cruise ship. Does that count? I mean, they have an auditorium most of the time, so I guess that probably doesn't count.
Well, it's not one that I would assume local band would have. Well, no one else has said it yet, so.
All right, well, then there you go. That's my answer. That's like my favorite place ever is a cruise ship. So, I always said if I hadn't gotten married, I'd have been a cruise ship musician. So, that's it.
See, now I just had that scene in the Titanic in my head where they're playing on the deck as it's sinking.
Don't ruin this for me. Don't ruin the dream, man.
How about you, Chris?
It.
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure you knew it sank.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely one non-traditional place that I've already played. When I was in high school, my high school band that I was with, we did a gig at the Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium.
Oh yeah.
So we did a little acoustic show out there, like by the camels. So that's probably I can't think of anything much more non-traditional than just doing that. Maybe one place that I haven't played yet. I don't know. I would guess it was again kind of cliche, but I would say just doing like a good like beach gig. As long as I've got power. I don't know. Maybe that's like another pipe dream of mine, maybe to be like in a surf band, or maybe I can convince Zach that we can switch musical directions and just become like a 60s surf band, and we can, do
Hey,
the
man.
beach thing.
If you can convince my wife to move to the beach, I will play whatever you want to play. I'd be a happy boy.
We can put on our muscle shirts and each play, jazz masters.
There you go. I got to build some muscle first.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break. We're going to listen to Dinner Bell Road's song Go, and we'll be right back with Zach Rovito and the Rustbelt Rhythm. What's up, everyone? This is Bill from FirstAngelMedia.com, BuildTheScene.com, and, of course, MusicFrom412.com. And this is your concert calendar segment for weeks 3 and 4 of February 2023. A couple things I want to point out. Up in the navigation of our website, you will now see a radio link, which will take you to the radio submission form for our upcoming March 1st Music from the 412 radio release. We're going to have our own station, and that is where you can submit the music. At the very end of that navigation, you will now see the word concerts, which will bring you right to this concert calendar segment, where you can find all the concerts that have been added to our website. You'll be able to see the concerts I'm going to mention today and upcoming concerts. And there's a button there that says concert submissions, and it's very easy. You just fill out a form, and it will send it to us. We'll take a look at it, we'll approve it, and it will be added to the website and give you a chance to be right here with me on this concert calendar segment. Down at the very bottom of the website is our most recent announcement. Right here with the Drusky Entertainment logo, Music from the 412 is happy to join Drusky Entertainment to promote original music in Pittsburgh. Listen to the Pennsylvania Rock Show live Mondays at 9 p.m. for ticket drawings for upcoming Drusky Entertainment shows. And that brings us to the first show we're going to talk about here for week 3 of February. And that is the Winery Dogs at the Palace Theater at 7 p.m. Tickets are $39.75 and up. You can make those purchases through the Palace Theater website. And you can take a chance at winning 2 free tickets from Music from the 412 and Drusky Entertainment. All you got to do is find the post on our Facebook page that talks about this Drusky Entertainment and Music from the 412 partnership. You will share it and make a comment on the original post where you tag one of your friends. That's all it takes for a chance to win those 2 tickets. On February 17th, we have Demetis, Visions of Atlantis, The Spider Accomplice, and that will be at Black Forge Coffee House at 7 p.m. with a $13 cover. Also on the 17th, Heroes Bar and Grill, their Friday open mic series. Paul Peterson from Big House Pete will be hosting that evening at 7:30 p.m. On February 18th, for just $5, we have 5 bands featuring Prime 8, The Biscuits, Rituals of Insanity, False Positive, Pooks, and that is at the Loose Moose Saloon. It is at 8 p.m. On the 18th as well, we have Moondogs presents Bill Toms and Hard Rain at 7 p.m. It's $12 online ahead of time or $15 at the door. Moving on to week 4, February 24th, The Cheats, Modern Fossils, Dyke Row will all be at Black Forge Coffee House at 6 p.m. It's $10 to enter. That is an all-ages show. Also on the 24th, it's Squirrel Hill Sports Bar at 7:30 p.m. Pittsburgh Piping Society, yes, that is bagpipes, will have a meet and greet. Also on the 24th, Heroes Bar and Grill's Friday open mic, being hosted by Jason Cirincione, 7:30 p.m. start time for that. Dominic, February 25th at the Bridge Music Bar, 5 p.m. start time. My name is Bill. This has been your concert calendar for the weeks of 3 and 4 of February 2023. Make sure you check out Music from the 412 and soon music from the 412 radio, right here on musicfromthe412.com. Okay, so what we're going to do now is the drawing to see who wins the first set of tickets from the partnership with Music from the 412 and Dressy Entertainment, where we are working to promote original music in Pittsburgh. What you will have to do is listen to the Pennsylvania Rock Show live on certain nights on Music from the 412, just like you are tonight, 9 p.m. on Mondays, and where you will give away Dressy Entertainment tickets. This one happens to be for the Winery Dogs with special guests We Came From Space this Wednesday, February 15th, 2023. That's an 8 p.m. start time at the Palace Theater. The people who went ahead and did what we requested are listed in that little wheel that's spinning to the side here. I'm going to go ahead and press the click to spin, and it is going to spin and randomly pick our winner. Let's see who gets those tickets. And the winner of the 2 tickets to the Winery Dog Show here on Wednesday is Pete Horm. Pete, your name will be left at will call. You will just have to come in and tell them that you won the tickets from Music from the 412 and Dressy Entertainment, and they will have them on hand for you. Keep your eyes out for our next ticket giveaway, and we're going to head back to the Pennsylvania Rock Show. Hey, it's Bill. We're back to PA Rock Show, episode number 658. You just heard the song Go by Dinner Bell Road. Zach is in that band, but he's also in the band that we're featuring tonight, Zach Rovito and the Rustbelt Rhythm. And I have transposed where Chris and Zach are. If you're watching ahead of time, it might be confusing. We'll flip-flop them back. Earthquake. So if you weren't listening to the beginning of the show, we talked about the best pizza, Dave Grohl's social studies books, The Devil, non-standard venues, and I'm not going to give you any more information. You have to go back and listen.
There you go.
All right, so next up on the oddball questions, you guys are headed out on your first tour, first major tour. For some reason, you hire me to drive your tour bus. What am I going to be playing on the radio in the tour bus in between stops?
Probably the blues.
Anybody in particular?
Well, I mean, I know I'm a big Stevie Ray Vaughan fan, and I feel like that probably goes for Chris as well. Yeah, get the thumbs up. That's all we get. I would think the blues is going to be a pretty popular genre for us. And then we got to throw some punk in for our bass player Barry Cummings. So he likes to listen to some Motorhead and some of the heavier stuff, devil music.
It's funny you mentioned that with all the heavier stuff I'm playing tonight.
Oh yeah.
So since I mentioned that, I'll tell you, and I'll probably tell you again, who we're going to listen to at the end of the show. We're going to hear from Skell and their song Suicide Eyes, The Dragonfly Effect, Lost Inside, and Look Back Luna and their song I Only Love You When I'm Stoned.
There you go.
That's when
It's funny. I actually, my first like serious band was a metal band. We like painted our nails, and it was like we were trying to be like Metallica meets the modern day metal, and I got my butt kicked a lot in mosh pits and realized that I don't get beat up at blues shows nearly as much. So
I'm not a fan of mosh pits.
no,
and I'm not a little guy, so but usually I have a camera in my hand.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
Yeah. I was at one recently and it was like on a hillside in a parking lot, and I had my camera up to my face and I was about to hit the shutter button, and someone decided to whip their leg through the air and kicked me in the shoulder blade. Not real happy that day.
I doubt. I'm sure you weren't. Yeah, no, I lost many a pair of glasses, but never anything worth more than that. So
I am. I don't move easily, but I wasn't ready for it that time, and I almost went down with my camera, and
Oh,
that would have been bad.
yeah, for sure.
All right, so how about an embarrassing moment that's happened to you, each of you on stage, whether in this band or a different band?
I can go there. One of the worst times would be we were playing. I was with the band the Hawkeyes, and we were playing stage AE, and there was a point in the night where things were like ramping up, or the song where things are ramping up, and I decided I was gonna run from stage right all the way to stage left and like meet up with the guitar player and do some cool like posing and whatnot. But you don't realize just how big that stage is until your 25-foot cable isn't long enough to make that run. Now, for whatever reason, I ended up tying a knot in it where it was plugged into my pedal board. So when it finally pulled tight, it yanked that pedal board, it shot right up in the air and came with me. Well, I started tripping in front of like 3,500 people. I'm like running, trying to catch myself without dropping my bass on the ground and smashing it. And I could feel everybody laughing at me, and it hurt. It hurt worse because our crew didn't even catch it. The Clark's crew actually had to come out and fix my stuff while I was trying to play. So it was embarrassing in a lot of ways.
Well, mine's not nearly that epic, but probably for me, the most embarrassing moment was playing a gig and needing a capo for lots of songs that we do. And I have one capo I'm kind of superstitious about. It's the only capo that seems to ever work for me. And I had stupidly put it on my amplifier during songs and not thinking that the amplifier would, vibrate or anything. Well, anyway, turned around to get my capo and it had vibrated off the amplifier behind the stage in this tiny little crack between the stage platform and the wall. And we stopped the show. My bass player was trying to fish for the capo. The sound engineer came up with a flashlight. They were kind of trying to do the chopstick thing to get the capo up. And we probably spent a good, I don't know, 10 or 12 minutes fishing for this capo. And, the audience was, really good sports about it, the whole thing. But I learned my lesson, which was, have a backup of everything, or, just don't put your capo on an amplifier because it will vibrate off. And, my drummer in that band to this day, every gig will remind me to not put my capo on my amplifier just because of that. And the sound engineer came up, he said, "I've got a capo you can use." And I said, "No, it's got to be this capo," and I would not play the show until we got that. So that was probably the lowest one. Now, that doesn't beat a pedal board flying through the air in front of 3,500 people. And I suppose you could, Zach, bring a spare pedal board with you, like a capo.
Yeah, I guess I should really just invest in a wireless system.
Or do that, yeah.
Yeah, because that's not the first time that exact thing's happened to me. It's just that was when the most people saw it.
Okay.
So, it hurts.
So, Chris, I'm imagining the lead singer like doing a play-by-play because you can't have that silence while that's going on.
No,
Zach,
it was pretty much just silent awkwardness and like three guys kind of bent over, plumber's cracks going on, fishing for a capo. It was not a very rock and roll moment.
So, Zach, when he loses his capo, that's your job. You have to play-by-play it like you're doing like Monday Night Football.
I will. I'll do my best Tony Romo impression. Does he do the play-by-play? I have no idea.
John Madden. You need a John Madden voice.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to work on that. I was gonna try it like for a second there. I'm not embarrassing myself. This is gonna be recorded.
Yeah, it's live and recorded, and it's
exactly. I'll embarrass myself live, but if people can go back and listen to it again, then I play it safe.
So you're sitting on a bench and your musical idol sits down beside you and says you can ask them one question. First of all, who's sitting next to you, and what is the one question that you're going to ask?
I'll give Chris this one first.
I'm probably sitting next to John Mayer, and my one question is, can I play backup in your band? That's probably it.
That's a good one.
So Zach was hoping you were gonna take a little longer. So
yeah, I was really hoping to buy myself some time there. I have a lot of heroes. That's the hard part. Well, I would probably have to say, figuratively like that, if either Bruce Springsteen or Tom Petty were that guy to sit down with me, I would just say, or ask them, what their process is in writing all these fantastic stories, and the lyricism of some of that is just brilliant. So I would love that opportunity to get to pick their brain about how they start and finish a song like that. However, literally speaking, one of my heroes did sit down with me at a bench, and this was a long time before I was ever in the Hawkeyes. Jay Wiley was sitting with me on a bench, and I asked him how to do my taxes. So I didn't understand. I didn't understand how to be a musician during tax season. So that's what I wasted my time with my hero on. Luckily, we ended up having a relationship afterwards. But
so Illusions of Grandeur, who are from the eastern side of the state, are commenting on your John Mayer. And this is here's what they would ask John Mayer. Can I get your current girlfriend's number?
Well, I imagine if I'm in the band, that wouldn't be much of a problem going forward.
There you go. There you go.
All right, so I have two more quick questions for you before I send you guys on your way in the evening and stop annoying you. Where can you be found online, and where else can your fans find you?
So you can find us on most of the social media platforms, as well as Reverb Nation, YouTube. Yeah, right there at the bottom. I don't know if they're seeing that, but I am.
They are.
Good deal. So yeah, ZT Rovito Music, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'll be the first to admit I'm not awesome at Twitter. I don't tweet too well, so that I'm working on it. But
if you go to the Build a Scene Twitter, most of it is auto tweets from the Build a Scene radio station. It just does it for me because I'm not very good at it.
Do that?
Oh yeah.
Why did anybody teach me that?
Or you can find things like Hootsuite where you can go and schedule tweets, and then it just runs through them for you.
Oh, that's a game changer. Yeah, so if you use that, what do they call that, a handle? That handle will get you to just about all of my Instagram and Twitter and our Facebook page and the YouTube page and stuff like that. So,
okay. And the last question I have for you guys tonight is what's coming up next for Zach Rovito and the Rustbelt Rhythm?
Well, as far as shows are concerned, on March 11th, we're going to be doing a joint show with Dinner Bell Road and Noble Hops at the Bridge Music Bar. After that, we're hitting the studio some more. We've got a few tracks in the works already with Mr. Chris Ruane at the Leading Studio of Green. We're going to get those finished up and hopefully finish up the album so that we can have something out by the end of the year. And I would think that's what's next. Refine everything and get back out there.
Cool. All right, well, Zach and Chris, I want to thank you for hanging out with me on episode 658.
Well, thank you. It was a blast.
And for those of you listening to the radio show or podcast, up next, you're going to hear Scale, Suicide Eyes, Dragonfly Effect, Lost Inside, Look Back, Luna, I Only Love You, When I'm Stoned. And for those of you watching us on the videos, we're going to start out with the cheats. And I can't remember who else I have lined up after that, but that's where we're headed. If you were tuning in to see who won the tickets to Winery Dogs, that was Pete Horm. If you are Pete, your name will be at will call. You just have to tell them that you won the tickets for Music from the 412 and Dressy Entertainment, and they will be waiting for you. Make sure you check us out each and every Friday at 8 p.m. on buildthescene.com. Or if you like checking us out live, that's Mondays at 9 p.m. My name has been Bill, and I am going to go ahead and play the end of the show, and then I'm going to play some videos for you until the 10 o'clock hour on Music from the 412. As soon as I find a video. There it is.
This episode of the Pennsylvania Rock Show has ended, but be sure to subscribe to be introduced to more of the best on-sign rock and metal that Pennsylvania has to offer. Don't forget to rate and review the show, and we'll see you on the next episode.